So here's a wild thought. How can a 1,000-year-old wooden temple survive an earthquake that would literally buckle a modern steel skyscraper? Well, the answer is this incredible ancient secret. And it's the only reason one of the world's tallest towers is still standing today in one of the most dangerous places on the planet. I mean, it really is a mystery, right? You look at these beautiful, kind of fragile-looking wooden pagodas, and you think, how on earth do they outlast our modern buildings against these insane forces? The answer, it turns out, is a lesson in engineering that we're just now finally starting to relearn. Okay, so first things first, let's really get a handle on the scale of the challenge here. We're talking about Japan, a country sitting smack dab on the Pacific Ring of Fire. This isn't just an active area, it's one of the most seismically active places in the entire world. Building anything tall here isn't just construction, it's a constant battle against the Earth itself. So just how challenging is it? Well, look at this number, 1,500. That is the average number of earthquakes Japan gets every single year. No, that is not a typo. So you see, any tall building here can't just be designed to survive a big one-off quake. It has to be designed to live in a near-constant state of tremor. And as if the constant shaking wasn't enough, a totally modern problem started to pop up. Tokyo's skyline just kept getting taller and taller, and the iconic Tokyo Tower, the city's main communication hub, was getting blocked. Now, in a place where disaster warnings are literally a matter of life and death, you can't have that signal getting lost. It's just not an option. So they had no choice, they had to build higher. So how do you solve a 21st century problem like this, especially in an epic earthquake zone? Well, the engineers didn't look for some brand new, cutting-edge tech. Instead, they looked back, way back. They looked to a structure that had already cracked the code centuries ago, the pagoda. And this is the paradox that totally fascinated them. Think about it. For hundreds of years, these wooden pagodas have just stood there. They've weathered typhoons and countless earthquakes, while other buildings around them turned to dust. Their secret to survival is this incredible engineering marvel, and it's been hidden in plain sight this whole time. Okay, so the secret has a name, Shinbashira. Deep inside the pagoda is this massive central pillar, often carved from a single enormous cypress tree. But, and this is the absolute key, it's not bolted down or rigidly connected to everything else. It's actually a separate freestanding spine. This is where the magic happens, and you can see the brilliant physics at play right here. When an earthquake hits, the outer part of the pagoda starts swaying one way, but that independent central pillar, the Shinbashira, it starts to sway the other way. It's totally out of phase. It's like this perfectly choreographed dance where the two opposing movements just cancel each other out, basically neutralizing the earthquake's energy. So simple but so smart. So armed with this incredible ancient wisdom, engineers got to work on the Tokyo Skytree. But, there was a huge question mark hanging over the whole project. Could a principle that was designed for wood and rope really be scaled up for a modern megastructure of steel and concrete? That was the big gamble. And believe me, the challenges were just staggering. We're talking about a tower that's twice the height of the Eiffel Tower, and it's built on soft, unstable land, which is just about the worst place you could pick. On top of that, it's super slender, making it really vulnerable to both wind and shaking. This wasn't just about building tall. This was about defying gravity and geology all at the same time. And this chart really puts that incredible leap in scale into perspective. They took the exact same idea of the Shinbashira, but they just magnified it a lot. That single wooden pole, it became a 375-meter-tall reinforced concrete core. And they swapped out that beautiful cypress wood for, well, a literal mountain of concrete and steel. So how does this modern version actually work? Well, it's not just a bigger spine. Oh no, it's way more sophisticated than that. During an earthquake, the Skytree actually performs two different dances at the same time, all thanks to these two separate structures inside. So just like that ancient Shinbashira, the Skytree's massive concrete core is structurally separate from the main steel exoskeleton on the outside. It really is a tower within a tower. Now, they are connected, but not rigidly. And that separation, that is the absolute secret to the whole design. Okay, picture this. A tremor hits. The flexible outer steel frame starts to sway at a certain rhythm. But then, a moment later, that heavier internal concrete core starts to sway too, but at a slightly different, slower rhythm.
And just like in those ancient pagodas, these out-of-sync movements work against each other, canceling out a huge chunk of the earthquake's destructive energy.
Right, but that brings up a really critical question, doesn't it? If you've got two massive structures swaying around inside each other, what on earth stops them from smashing into one another during a major earthquake? Well, the answer came from a place I guarantee you would never expect: the space race.
Yeah, you heard that right. Apollo-inspired. The solution came straight from the space program. The very same technology that was designed to control the insane, violent shaking of a Saturn V rocket at launch was adapted to keep the Tokyo Sky Tree standing. They're called fluid dampers, and you can think of them like giant, super high-tech shock absorbers that connect the inner core to the outer frame. So as those two big parts sway, the dampers soak up all that energy. They're like the perfect dance partner, making sure the two structures move in harmony and, most importantly, never, ever collide. So, by combining this brilliant ancient wisdom with honest-to-goodness space-age technology, engineers created a building that doesn't just fight against earthquakes, it actually dances with them to stay safe. So, just how effective is this system? Well, this number, it really says it all. This combination of the ancient principle and modern tech reduces the shaking from an earthquake by up to 50%. 50. I mean, that is a truly staggering level of protection. And what that means in real-world terms is that this tower is designed to survive a once-in-a-thousand-years earthquake. You know, the kind of catastrophic event that's only expected to happen once in a millennium. It's just a profound testament to the power of learning from our past to protect our future. And it really makes you realize something incredible, doesn't it? The most advanced engineering on the planet isn't some brand new invention. Nope. It's a thousand-year-old lesson in flexibility. A lesson that we're only just now beginning to truly master. And it kind of makes you wonder, right? As we face all of our own complex, modern challenges, what other ancient solutions are out there, just hiding in plain sight, waiting for us to finally look back and listen?